Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of applause to the Grammy Award winner, Victoria Monet, in the building, please? Yes. Are you ready for Maxwell Celebrity Shakedown?
Let's go.
Oh, let's go, she says. The smile is
nervously.
big now. But I do, first and foremost, want to say, before we get into these tough questions, the rules of the game are pretty simple. You can answer the questions for free. But if you don't want to answer the question, I'm going to just take stuff.
Thievery. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great. Okay.
And I'm going to give it to one of your biggest fans. You've got so many out there in the world. So it's not for me.
Oh, that's
although
nice.
I am a fan, but it's about paying it forward.
Imagine I just don't answer anything so all the fans just get stuff.
I mean, that's that
strategy.
Could be actually a strategy. But no, we want to know about what, what's filling your heart right now. There is so much going on. I mean, not only do we have a new album in the horizon,
yes,
on the horizon, I should say, but getting ready to hit the world with Bruno Mars. There's just so much to look forward to. How full is the heart? Let's start there.
Oh my gosh, it's maxed out. Seriously, it's really at the point of just bursting. I'm so happy and so excited to be doing all that I'm doing. Definitely a lot of hard work, but all the things that I prayed for.
Yeah,
so it's really great
to see the flowers, to receive the flowers now, and to understand that it has been a lot of hard work and that you continue to shine, but to get the respect and the love and to, I'll just say to have them Grammys stashed somewhere now, not that it was the validation that you needed, but what does it feel like to be able to step into your own and to say like, yeah, world, I'm here and I'm here to stay? You
know what? As great as it feels, the very next day, it was about keeping it. Keeping the respect, getting the respect, and then maintaining that status and being better than you were yesterday. So it's so interesting to be looking forward to something for so long, and then the moment you get it, you really kind of move on to what the future holds from that point. So I don't want to stay stagnant in the feeling that, I did what I wanted to do and I accomplished those goals. I'm looking forward still.
That's crazy. It's like you got a peek at my cards here because,
Did I?
Well, I mean, one of the questions that I wanted to ask was like, what does success look like now as you continue to grow, as you continue to prove yourself and show the world, again, like I said, that you're here to stay in for a while, to not just rest on those accolades and call it a day. What does success look like for you now?
For me, success is really about freedom and about choice. So doing the things that I want to do is really important. A lot of times when your back is against the wall, you may be in a decision-making process that you have to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So when I think of successful people, I think of the people who have the freedom of choice. And I want to be one of those people. And so that takes a lot of work before that point. I'm there in a lot of ways, but there's a lot of other things that I feel like I'm still fighting for the freedom of choice on. And really just wanting to get there. I think, especially with my daughter, trying to make 25 hours out of a 24-hour day, just fitting it all in. And so then with having that finite amount of time per day, just choice matters even more to me. And having the freedom to do certain things with her without having to quote unquote work or say yes to this decision that takes me away from certain things that I also want to experience.
To know you have a little who looks up to you and just thinks of you as mom.
Might
not quite know all the stuff that, or does she recognize her? I mean, but just first and foremost, she just knows you as mom, someone who is there for her. That role, how cool is it to just be 100% in that role, most important?
Oh, it's the most important thing in the world to me. And she's very aware of everything and she wants to do what I'm doing. So like photo shoots, she's like, okay, my turn to take pictures. And she wants to sing. She's in piano lessons. She's performing, she's in her dance classes. And she also has called me, my mom, and and herself siblings.
Wow.
She thinks we're twins or triplets.
Okay.
So like I don't know. She understands me as mom, but also like I like you. We're friends. We hang out. And we're like the same, right? Like
you're like, you finna learn.
Right.
For right now we are, but it's gonna be some times where mom is gonna have to be mom.
It's always a mom saying, "I'm not one of your little friends." I haven't had to say that to her yet, but I cannot wait to use that.
I love this. One of the questions that I want to go ahead and hold your feet to the fire. It is Maxwell Celebrity Shakedown. I already told you the rules. You could answer the questions for free, or I could just start taking some stuff from you.
Let's see what you got.
Let's go ahead and rank all of these hyphens because there are a lot. There's singer, there's songwriter, there's Grammy winner, there's mom, there's chef, there's author. from worst to first. Let's go ahead and rank.
Worst? Can I just give you the favorite?
Okay.
Mama's favorite.
See that?
Come
wow,
on,
you
what
tap
did you
dance right around that Savion Glover.
What
okay.
did you think? Everything else is like interchangeable depending on the day.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I want to be in the kitchen, sometimes I want to be in the studio creating, but they're all really it's about creation. Even the creation of my daughter is like all a way to express myself and be creative and make something that is of value in the world. So, but mom is obviously like eons ahead of all of them.
I was very confident I was about to take something from you, but it's all good though. Okay, let's dive into this single right here.
Right.
Okay, yeah, because when I was reading a recent interview, it's okay, I can handle all of these emotions for you, and I want to reverse engineer those traumas that you may have experienced when you were younger. Kind of the overall feeling of this song.
Right.
Let me.
Yes.
Like how and why did this song come about right now?
I think to just looking at the state of the world and relationships and how masculine and feminine energy is manifesting right now in relationships. I think a lot of it is about men providing a certain experience, and the juxtaposition of that being that provider is often not acknowledged. Like maybe there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of weight on the shoulders that is probably carried silently. So I just wanted to address it because I thought maybe it was a gap in what we were experiencing or hearing musically, or just talking about, because I think a lot of masculine energy is represented by saying, yeah, like I can do this. Let me do this for you. Let me splurge and let me take care of it. And then the feminine energy right now is very much like, I want the bag, I want the shoes, I want the car. Like you give this to me, and I think there's been a long gap between that energy and the cater to you energy, which I feel like is a part of feminine energy, as well as being of service and being someone who can support in that way, in a soft way. So musically, I just wanted to say that doesn't mean that you don't deserve the bag and you don't deserve to be taken care of and treated a certain way, but there also is a part of love languages that would make you feel more of service and like have that duality.
How's it gonna feel to bring this kind of energy to these big shows? You step out on the stage with our brother Bruno. How's that gonna feel to exude that type of energy and let the world know in these shows that it's okay to be vulnerable? It's okay to come into my world for a little bit.
I think first of all, I'm very, very excited to be going on tour with Bruno and Anderson and ultimately Silk Sonic at a point.
DJ Pee Wee, we see
DJ
you, bro.
Pee Wee, shout out to DJ Pee Wee and Bruno. I am sandwiched in between the two of them, so we've got two really charismatic, really funny, really incredible artists. And I just really want to match their energy in that stadium and bring them into a feminine version of that. Yeah. And really show out. It's something that I've manifested a long time ago, asking to open for Silk Sonic in 2020 via a video that I recorded when I was pregnant of this, like a live performance of my song Jaguar. Yeah. And so to be here, I really want to live up to the moment and captivate the room, because it's definitely a big space. So to fill that space.
What are you hoping to learn, or maybe because I think you had recently said that Bruno, you step back. He's a showman.
Oh my God!
What do you secretly want to steal from him from the side of the stage while you're watching that performance go down? You know what?
I think I'm gonna be learning so much that maybe I don't even know what it is to steal yet.
Okay.
But I do really admire the way that he includes his band in choreography. Yeah. I love his comic relief within his shows. His vocal performance is really amazing. The smashes that he has in his catalog are top tier. It's like nonstop, back to back. And I don't even think he does all of them, but he has so many successful songs.
Yeah, the show would go on for 5 hours.
It is. I mean, I think he's on stage for 2 hours. Damn. And there is no B-side. You know what I'm saying? It's all just like heat. So very excited to just be in the room and see how people are reacting to him, how he maintains it every night, maybe get a sneak peek of his vocal warm-ups. Like, what do you do? What's the magic that you do right before you hit the stage? So I'm going to be a little spy.
I can tell you, having met in a part of our iHeart Festival years ago, it's a lot of just chilling before the show for him. So I mean, like I think he taught me how to play poker. Like I did a hand of poker.
He's so
one time.
relaxed.
Yeah,
he's just
so
like,
chill.
I got this in the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a video of him when he was performing as a kid. He must have been like 3 as Elvis. And he was doing the lip. I'm like, oh, so this is almost like breathing for him.
But for you to be a part of this is momentous. This is so cool because now the world there's been a lot of people who have been riding with you for a while, but now,
for sure.
for you to step out on your own and to show folks full force, you know what I mean? Like I'm no longer just a songwriter, and then you were talking about Bruno with hits, and there's no B-sides for you either. I mean, Jaguar 2, like you've been doing the dang thing, and to get into some of the writing credits, you know what I mean? This is where I'm thinking I'm gonna snag something out of her bag right here. Remember, it's Maxwell Celebrity Shakedown. You can answer the questions for free, or I could take something from you.
Okay.
What's a song that you wrote that when you heard it, the finished product, you thought to yourself, yeah, I could have sung that better?
Yeah, go ahead and take the shirt. Go ahead and take the shirt.
Yeah, all right, yeah. What you got in the bag that I can snatch up for you? Can I grab one of them T-shirts? Yeah, you don't really.
By the way, I've never thought that.
Oh, okay, but
I've never thought
I'm gonna
that.
take this T-shirt.
You can take it because it's going to a fan, and I think this is a good place to give them something nice.
Okay.
But no, I've never thought that. I don't have like a competitive nature when I'm songwriting for somebody.
Okay.
It's really I'm there to be of service and like whatever is needed. And I work with incredible singers. You're talking Ariana Grande, you're talking Chloe and Halle, you're talking Brandy. Like there is no like, not nothing about me singing it better. But go ahead and take that shirt though.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna throw this other question your way too. Now that you are a Grammy-winning artist, like in your own right, Victoria, is there anybody from the industry who didn't believe in you in the beginning, and all of a sudden they came calling after the fact?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Of course. Funny, huh?
And that's all we gonna say.
That's that on that. Yeah.
But to not only, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, not do it for the accolades, but to know that you put in the effort, the hard work that it has been. A lot of people think it's an overnight, success type of a situation, but to be able to operate, I've done it with my radio career, to operate with that little bit of chip on your shoulder, where you're like, I want to not only prove myself right, that I know for these folks who maybe didn't think that I could do it, here I am. Yeah. What does that feel like when you can stand on business and say, man, yeah, I did this, not just for me, but to show everyone else who didn't think that I could, I can.
Well, it's really nice to be able to surprise people.
Yeah.
I love that. Like if it almost feels like a flash mob, like, whoa, where did you come from? What's going on? Like you guys rehearsed this? Like, wow, I'm so surprised. And I think we're in a culture where if people don't see it happen, they don't believe that it actually happened. So if you didn't post it, it's like, oh, did you really go to that party? Or did So I think the same thing applies when you're working really hard and people are not seeing you do it if you're not showing the process, but then you're able to pop out and suddenly you're ripped and you got, all this experience. Your 10,000 hours came out of the limelight, which I really actually prefer. I feel like it's at a point where I feel ready now to open the curtain or to bud beyond the soil. And, it just feels good this way. I'd rather this way than people like see me, at the very beginning before I was actually really ready.
Yeah, that's the thing. We might feel like we were ready in those moments, but we truly aren't. There's
You're
so
like,
much more
now
learning.
I'm ready.
Yeah, there's so much more
sure.
learning. But there have been moments too where operating, I won't say in the shadows, but being able to perfect your craft and being not the forward-facing person. You still got to let people know who you are. Victoria, when was the last time you used the "Do you know who I am" to get something that was slightly out of reach?
You know what? I've never said it, but if I want a reservation and they're like, "No, we don't have," I'm like, "Can you just see if they know who I am? Just say my name." And then sometimes it's like, "Oh, we love her. Yeah, we'll make a table." So like I use it a little bit for food, but that's really about it.
The next time you want to use that to get into what is it, Fort Charles Prime out here? Ain't that the spot that you can't get a reservation for like 5 or 8 months? I might have to call it a favor.
I might need a couple more Grammys for that place. 5 to 8 months, dog.
Yeah, it's one of those, man.
That's like you can almost make a baby in that amount of time.
I mean,
dang.
for real. Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. What's one assumption that people might make about your success? We kind of tapped on it a little bit about like, it being an overnight success, but what's one assumption that people, might think, but they get it wrong? They're just like, no, I'm not that person, but you may think I am.
I think that maybe one common misconception is that I was a songwriter first and then an artist. Like I just like wrote a bunch of songs and I changed my mind about songwriting, which is not the case. I was actually an artist first that was just writing my own music. And then songwriting became more successful than my artist career in that order. Yeah. But it's just interesting that people will, for a while, they were only associating me with songwriting, and I had to really reintroduce myself as an artist, even though I had been that longer.
Yeah.
It's like an interesting thing. But yeah, other than that, I feel like people are pretty supportive and like understand me and my temperament and my life, and besides the trolls, which I think I was kind of excited to see interact with my posts and stuff after a while, because when it was too clean, I was like, I haven't reached a certain level, because when you like look at a comments under like really amazing artists, there's always some negativity, which I feel like I guess keep you humble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's that balance, and that you're in, you might have reached the part of America where they just are a little bit more mean, or a part of the world where they have to combat all of the positivity that you're getting with something negative. But if it's all just positive, you're like, maybe there's another level to this. This is too good.
Yeah, it's sometimes it feels like the fruit might be a little too sweet. But here's the thing. It's been something that has been a labor of love. Again, I joked about it a little earlier. It's been all the hyphens, because those are the things that you've poured your heart into, and you've done them so well. Congratulations. Almost here, I think it is, at the culinary, that you get the degree. Is that coming up soon?
Yes, I graduate on May 4th.
Congratulations, a little early to that. You know what I'm saying? And to being able to hit these sold out rooms, and to step on that stage between Bruno and DJ Pee Wee, and to see that manifestation really does work. You were called to be a part of this at this time now, because it was meant to be now. So for this to be just another foundation of, what we're going to continue to see, you're going to get enough of them, more of them Grammys, so that we can call in that reservation.
Speak it. Maybe 2027.
I'm saying it. Yeah, I'm for real saying it. And by the way, thank you for giving up the T-shirt for one of your fans,
of
too.
Course.
I thought for sure
Gladly.
you was going to tell me that was, these are the people on my thank you next. No, she ain't going to go there. But ladies and gentlemen, this is our Grammy Award-winning superstar. Give it up one time. Run those numbers up on Let Me on our iHeartRadio app. It's Victoria Monet.